Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hustlers, makers, and content creators, welcome to another Sunday night YouTuber Creator Hangout Q&A. You got questions, I got answers, but if you do have questions, have a look at the pinned comment there in the chat or head down to the description. I got a bunch of links out to some cool stuff in the description as well, but I've got a link to the form that's going to pop up that's going to guarantee that I do get your question. If you just ask your question in the chat, I'm probably not going to see it because I am looking at the camera right now and not in the chat. So how's everybody doing? I just smashed my microphone here. How's everybody doing? How was your week? Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know how your week has been. And of course, go ahead and hit those questions. It says first come, first serve. I can only get through so many of them today. So yeah, get on it right now. Hey, Chantel, how you doing? Hello, Crafty Nook. Hey, Nikki, how you doing? Welcome back. Doug, Joe, phenomenal. How you doing, sir? Penny Morgan, how you doing? Nice to see everybody in here. Eric Waite, Whiskey Studies. How you doing? Nice to see everybody in here. Joel Spence, how you doing? So yeah, we're kicking off the stream like this. So, sir, promote me. Okay, so this is what this stream is about. This stream is a Q&A stream. So if you have questions about how to grow your channel, how to get subscribers, how to increase watch time, how to edit, the best apps to make your thumbnail, yada, 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 that's what this stream is for. This stream is not a support me stream where I can just magically rub my magical hands together and just give you views and all that stuff. I wish I had that power. If I had the power, I would do that. I would sprinkle the dust upon all of you. Doughboy coming in from Rhode Island. I've never been to Rhode Island. It's one of the few places I've never been. SM Postcards, how you doing? Welcome back. Watching from Texas. Literally just got off work. What part of Texas? It's been a while. Yeah, man. I'm getting ready to shave it. It's getting too itchy. Rub those magical hands and sprinkle the dust. Funny story. This is a really weird story. So back in the day, as some of you know, I used to be a musician.
Super chat.
Zach Talks Tech in today with the first super chat of the evening. Says, appreciate your help and your guidance. I appreciate you too, my man. So funny story for back in the day, I used to be a gigging musician. Hey, Pete, how you doing? I used to play out, and keep in mind, this was back, this was 20 years ago. Life was a little bit different back then. So I was in a band, and I used to wear jewelry and all this stuff. I was skinny and the whole, I was in the band, dressed the part, things were a lot different back then. So I had this really cool ring, and this was like a party era. Right? So I used to have this ring. I found this ring at a vintage store, and it was like and those of you who collect old jewelry, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was a ring that had a top on it, and you could pop the top of the ring off. And back in the old days, I think they used to put snuff in there. I don't know, snuff or whatever, but they used to put snuff in there. They used to pop it off and put snuff in there. Back in the old, it was like a vintage ring. I'm sure in the 70s they put other stuff in there, right? So anyway, I found this ring, and I thought it was just the coolest ring ever, and I had all this jewelry at the time. Anyway, I used to keep glitter in there. I always used to keep glitter inside of there. So like anytime we were hanging out afterwards, and there was always a party going on, and there was a lot of partying going on back in those days. And anytime the chance came up where I could open that and blow glitter on someone, that was just a fun time. And there was a lot of people who would just get blown away at the fact that I could just pop that open and just blow glitter all over the room. There were a lot of people who that was the highlight of their trip. Oh man. Okay, got questions. Have a look in the pinned comment. I'm romantic. How you doing, man? All right, so I'm going to get right into these questions. There's a lot of them piling up here. The story time is over. So Colin and Tommy Vlogs asked the first question. Says, how do I go live on YouTube for this setup because I can't get set up? Okay, I'm not really sure exactly what you're asking, but I'll walk you through the process here. The first thing you need to do is you need to verify your channel with YouTube. Go to youtube.com/verify. youtube.com/verify. Doug, if you want to drop that into the chat right now, click on that. YouTube's going to send you a text message. You're going to send them some code. They're going to verify that you're a human. Then you need to wait for 24 hours. Once they verify your account, then you can actually go live. If you want to go live using the YouTube app, you have to have 50 subscribers now, but they are going to limit your reach with that. So you can use a third-party app. You can also use a browser-based service like StreamYard. That's what I'm using for today's stream, and they are sponsors of today's stream. I got a link on how to get StreamYard down below. So if you're doing it on a desktop, StreamYard is the easiest way to get up and running. It's also browser-based, so it works on your phone. You can also use Prism Live Studio if you want to do something that's app-based. But first, you need to verify your channel, and that could be why nothing is working. Without getting more information from you, that's the best advice I can give you. Next question comes from My Sea Prince, who says, hey, whoa, this is a lot of stuff here. You know what? I'm going to share this because this is a lot of stuff. Hold on one second. I'm sitting here waiting for insurance success. I hope everything's okay. All right, let's see. I'm going to share this because there's a lot of questions here. All right, what do we got? First question is, hey, D, I'm about to start uploading and start a channel. Awesome, I love to hear that. My banner's almost done and I need to add clearer words. Look on the TV, you will see what I've done full screen. Internet is not good where I live. So I will be uploading several videos in one go and set to unpublished. The real question is, I need to build up a library of content before I go live. No, okay, so here's the thing. So if you're just getting started and you have no videos up, you're literally gonna have nobody watching your live stream. So I do recommend that people start live streaming as soon as possible. However, you wanna make sure that you are getting some views on your videos before you go live. Otherwise, you're just streaming out into the void there. It seems I have a channel trailer but no content. Okay, you don't need a channel trailer. Just start uploading your videos. Don't overthink it. Apparently, uploading 20 videos and making it public in one go is bad. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So here's what you do. Upload like 3 videos. Upload like 3 videos and make sure that all 3 of them are relevant to one another, and use your end screen and your cards and your pinned comments and links in the description to link to the other 3. Right? So think about creating like a little 3-video web where all the links link back to those videos. So upload 3 videos and then see how those videos do, and then wait a few days or half a week and then upload another video, and then upload another video a few days later, then upload another video next week. If you just upload 20 videos, you're just shooting your shot and you have no idea what's going on. You have no idea how the audience is going to actually respond to your content. You might find you have to make a lot of changes. So upload 3, learn and adjust from there. Okay, next question comes from PS Move to Mexico. Yeah, I might be moving to Mexico. Thailand is just making it too difficult to get home. Every time I see light at the end of the tunnel, it turns out to be a train, and it just flattens us. And so, yeah, we might just say the hell with it and move to Mexico. Romantic asks the next question, who says, what's your opinion on Facebook Reels? Recently, I received a few hits on one, posted it in your group. Okay, cool, man. Here's the thing with content from anybody, Instagram Reels, TikTok, Triller, Dub Smash, YouTube Shorts, it doesn't matter. If you can find a place where people are responding to your videos, upload it there, be it Facebook or Instagram or wherever. Upload where your audience is. So here's the thing, if you're already making short form content, vertical content, upload that everywhere that you can upload vertical content. Instagram Reels, Facebook, Triller, Dub Smash, TikTok, put it everywhere. You've already got the content. And you never know where you're going to grow an audience. StreamYard versus Streamlabs. I'm going to say StreamYard for 90% of the people out there. However, if you are a gamer, I would say with a gamer, I would go with Streamlabs or just the original OBS. OBS is open source. That's what Streamlabs is built on top of. Let me see here. And my comments are jammed. Give me one second, everybody. You are from Nepal. I've been to Nepal. I've been trekking in Nepal. Namaste. I hope you were doing well in Nepal. Nepali vlogger. Yeah, next time I come to Nepal, what city are you in Nepal? I hope to come back there when the world kind of gets back to normal. Okay, next question comes from Nittyfo, who says, gaming viewers or getting people to watch longer, tips to make my page stand out. Okay, let me just have a peek at your channel here. Tips to get my channel to stand out. Okay, so normally when a gaming, how many people are gaming channels in here? If you're a gaming channel, say yes in the chat right now. province one, Sigmarta side. Okay, there you go. I've been on the trek to actually go see that magnificent mountain. I would love to go back and do it again. That was the most amazing 2 weeks that I've had. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful country. Your gaming channel, say yes in the chat right now. Penny Morgan, yes, yes, yes. Definitely on the travel list is Nepal. Nepal is fantastic. Nepal, I could go into a travel. We could go into like a travel live stream, and I could talk about the Nepal and all day long. Fantastic country, especially if you're into like mountains and trekking. That's like the end all be all. Just some of the the Himalayas, right? Looking at the Himalaya mountains, looking at some of the biggest mountains in the world. It's a humbling, beautiful experience. All right, so we got a lot of gamers in here. Okay, so I'm going to share this. Okay, so this user, it's a top 5, make it a top 1. All right, so this user wants to know what else can they do here? What else can they do? They're a gaming channel, and I know a lot of you have been coming into my live streams for quite some time, and you hear what I say about gaming channels. So I would love advice from the chat right now. By the way, I'm going to try a new layout from StreamYard. Look at that. Boom. StreamYard gave us a new layout. Look at that. I'm now down in the corner. New layout for StreamYard. Go StreamYard. So everybody in the chat right now who's been hanging out here in my chat for quite some time, what would be your advice? And I'm asking everybody in here. There's 55 people in here. What advice would you give a gaming channel, specifically a new gaming channel to YouTube that's trying to build momentum, right? You've all heard me talk about gaming channels, and I'm going to go on and I'm going to answer some questions while you guys in the chat are giving some advice for new gaming channels, because I know you've heard me say the same things over and over. So go ahead and start giving advice to the gamers in here who are trying to build up channel momentum while I answer the next questions, and then I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to circle back around and get to this. That's right. Woot for the new layout. I love it. Yeah, so for those of you who are wanting to do like online courses and recording and that sort of thing, this is actually ideal. I mean, this was cool and it worked, but it was a waste of space. This is great. So you could do your online course or your presentation, and now it puts you down in the corner and gives you much more space to choose from here. So yeah, it's fantastic. All right, so I'm gonna come back to this here, but I'm gonna keep going, answering questions. So the next question is from Beauty and More with Renee, who says, what's the best way to get your videos noticed to draw in more subscribers and views? All right, let me see what you're doing here on your channel. The best way to get noticed. You are a beauty channel. Okay, so I'm gonna, you know what? I'm not getting into channel reviews today, right? So those of you who followed me before, you know, sometimes I do channel reviews, and then the second Saturday of every month, I do full channel reviews with Daniel Battelle, who is an amazing creator. We do that over on the StreamYard channel. So I'm not going to get into channel reviews, but what I want to do in today's stream, and we're just kind of winging this here because we pulled up the first stream and I'm seeing some amazing advice coming in here. We're going to kind of do a group thing. We're going to pull up some channels. It's going to be a random thing. We're going to pull up some channels. We're going to give some advice on these channels collectively, because I know so many of you have been coming in here for so long, and you give great advice yourself. So we're going to do some collective channel audits today, and I need to acknowledge a couple of super chats here. So give me just a second here.
Super chat.
Coconut Pete, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says non-YouTube question. The media likes to portray Mexico as unsafe. I've been a few times many years ago. Is it safe to travel there now? Okay, well, that's actually a fantastic question. Here's the thing about Mexico. Yes, the media does portray Mexico to be incredibly unsafe. The U.S. media, they've got a hard-on for Mexico. They make it look really unsafe. Now, here's the thing. I like to use this analogy. Here's the question for anyone thinking about traveling to Mexico. Are there cities in the United States? Are there parts of those cities in the United States that are unsafe? Right? Like I was looking at Twitter today, and there was like 25 shootings in part of Chicago. Is all of Chicago dangerous? No. Is part of Chicago dangerous? Absolutely. There's parts of Chicago you won't want to go to. There's parts of Detroit you don't want to go to. There's parts of LA you don't want to go to. Right? Same thing can be said about a lot of countries out there. Same thing applies to Mexico with a little bit of a twist. There are definitely parts of Mexico you do not want to go to. You want to avoid certain parts of Mexico. And there are parts of Mexico that are incredibly dangerous if you are in the cartel business, right? If you are involved in the cartel business or any way, shape, or form around them, yeah, then there's some really dangerous parts here. But there are a lot of very, very safe. There are cities here that are safer than a lot of U.S. cities. So you can research those, and you can go down that rabbit hole of figuring out what cities that you're safe. You can look at Mérida, I think it's called. And Yucatan Peninsula, incredibly safe. The city that I'm in right now is called Querétaro. It's incredibly safe, very modern. So yeah, like anywhere else, if you want to find trouble, you're going to find trouble. If you want to be in a safe area, you're going to be in a safe area. Those are easy to find too. But you want to use common sense, right? You want to use common sense. I wouldn't park a car somewhere and leave my purse sitting in the front seat of the car, just like you wouldn't do that in downtown LA either. So use common sense. A fantastic place to travel, but you do have to use your head. Certain tourist cities like Cancun and stuff, the police kind of they're kind of notorious there. So use your head. But generally speaking, yeah, it's safe for the most part. Just don't get involved with the things that are illegal, so you don't get. If you're in areas where involved with people who are doing illegal things, you're probably going to run into some problems.
Super chat.
Justin, thank you so much. My advice is to watch D Nimmin YouTube videos. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. And I got another one coming in down here. Where did it go? Hold on. I missed it. I'm going backwards here.
Super chat.
Zach, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. It says, hey, D, do you think there's such a thing as too much B-roll? I usually change frames every 3 to 5 seconds, but I'm wondering if I could hold people better by just staying on me longer instead to have a better connection. That's something that you're going to have to test. As a consumer, sometimes B-roll is really interesting and it holds my attention. Sometimes there's too much B-roll. I think it depends on your edit, right? Like if you are showing B-roll and you're speaking while the B-roll is happening, you're going to hold my attention a lot more than if you're showing B-roll and you're playing music in the background, right? So I think if in your case where you're showing a shoe, right? You're showing a sneaker. If you're showing the B-roll and you're talking about the sneaker at the same time, I think you're going to get away with a lot more because you have to always remember why people click in the first place. They're there to learn about the shoe. They're not there to see fancy B-roll of the shoe. They're there to hear your opinion of the shoe or whatever it is that you're going to talk about with the shoe. So I think as long as you're continuing the conversation while you're showing the B-roll, I think that's where you're going to win. But if you're just like B-roll music, yeah, you might lose them. But with that being said, test it, right? Whatever you have conjured up in your head and the way that you want to show it, test it. Look at your audience retention report to see how people respond, see if they click off, see if they fast forward, right? That graph is going to tell you more than trying to guess to figure out what they want. But my guess, right? Well, first of all, always go with data. But my guess is going to be as long as you are speaking and giving the information on top of the B-roll, I think you'll be okay. Let's see here. Scrolling down.
Super chat.
D, odds of you becoming a U.S. ambassador to I could never do that. I could never get into the political arena, even as an ambassador. That's just no way. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. Pixelpia, thank you so much. Don't have time to hang out tonight. Just wanted to pop in and show my support. I was saving that song for you, Pixelpia. Thank you so much for the super chat. I do appreciate you. I'd subscribe to it if you did a channel like that. What? That's a great idea. So I was thinking about, and you guys let me know if you're interested in this or not. So because I've been stuck in Mexico, pleasantly stuck for 1.5 years, my girlfriend. Normally I live in Thailand, and I was thinking about, I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. I've been thinking about creating a second TikTok account for the sole purpose of just documenting how life is in another country, right? Like just documenting the things, answering your questions like, hey, well, what's shopping like in Mexico? Or what's shopping like in Thailand? Or what about when you go to the doctor? Or how's the hospital in Thailand? Or what's it like, right? Just kind of like answering people's questions on certain things in the various countries that I go to, because in normal times I actually travel a lot too. So I'm thinking about creating like a travel TikTok channel just for little clips, just showing the other side of life that maybe the media doesn't show you. So I'm thinking about doing that. Do it. Do it. Yeah, I'll let you guys know if I do it. I've been shooting content for it. I just haven't. I'm trying to think through the strategy, trying to come up with a good name for it. So we'll see. Wow, Thailand always wanted to go there. There you go. Retired working for you. Yeah, he's got a great Thailand channel, Retired Working for You, Nimmin Mexico edition. Yeah, I love it. All right, so you guys gave some great advice for the gaming channels here. So here's what I'm going to say for you gamers. My advice is always this. If you're a gaming channel, you have to find a way to stand out. Now, to stand out as a gaming channel, that could mean... yeah, you know what? Let's brainstorm on some ideas here. So D does Mexico. Okay, well, here's the thing, though. What if I leave Mexico? So help me brainstorm on a travel channel name for TikTok that would allow me to travel everywhere, right? Because what if I leave Mexico? What if I want to go someplace? What if I go to Nepal, or we go back to India, or we go to New Zealand, right? Or I go back to Thailand. So help me think. Why don't you guys help me brainstorm a good name here? So back to gaming channels here. Gaming channels, you have to find a way to stand out, right? You need to either be great at playing the game, or you need to be great at teaching people how to play the game, or you need to have something about your personality that people will get attracted to. But if all you're doing is just like, watch me play the game, then I wish you luck, because you're lost in a sea of gamers, millions of gamers who are doing the exact same thing that you're doing. Watch me play the game. Well, why should I watch you play the game when I can watch somebody better than you play the game? Follow me? So, and it's easier said than done, right? You're going to have to find a way to stand out somehow. Somehow. The departure, oh, God, that's so good. Hold on. Departure lounge. I actually, I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to take a picture of some of these better ones here. Hold on, the departure lounge. I absolutely love that. Then you can make a channel on living abroad. You know, departing. I originally was going to start a travel channel before I started this channel, and I went to Nepal. It's funny you said that. I went to Nepal. We went trekking to Mount Everest base camp and all that stuff, and I documented the entire thing. And I was like, okay, I'm going to teach people how they can travel, and some tips and tricks I learned along the way. Kind of a real, not just B-roll, watch me go to. No, I wanted to like teach people how to how to navigate the airport. Like when you land in Lukla, how do you pick a Sherpa? Like there's so many things, right? So I wanted to break this down, and I shot so much content. And I came back and I started editing that content, and it was just overwhelming. I had so much to edit, and I just wasn't moving fast enough. And I was like, I can't do this. So I ended up starting this channel. And actually part of in Nepal is what kind of also inspired me to kind of get into the whole mobile journey that I've explained before. But now that I have more experience with YouTube, I could go back and do a travel channel, but I truth be told, I don't have enough time to do an actual travel channel per se on YouTube, but I do have time to do 30-second or minute-long TikTok videos. Like that's really easy because I can do that while I'm out and about.
Super chat.
Thank you so much, Romantic. Got to run, buddy, kids and obligations and friends. I hear you, man. Have a good one. Let me do something really quick here. I need to log into something. Give me one second here, everybody. Give me 1 second. I need to. Oopsie, I need to do. I'm trying to connect to something here. Give me 1 second, everybody, and I'm going to go right back to answering these questions. And if you can just keep on going there with the, there we go. Boom. There we go. Okay. Going through the chat here. Hold on. So gaming channels. I've been all over the place. I'm juggling a couple things right now. Gaming channels, you have to stand out. You have to find a way to stand out, because if you're just like watching play the game, you're going to struggle. You're really going to struggle. So that's the advice for gaming channels. And there was some amazing advice given here as well. So we're going to go through some of these. Travelocity. Oh my goodness, that's fantastic. I wish I could set these up for voting. Yeah, I could do a travel shorts channel as well, but I don't want to do anything more than short form content. Destinations, love it. Indiana Jones, that's hilarious. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Editing is exhausting. Yes, it is. Hey, J Real, how you doing? Destinations with D. Might be too long, but that's a good name. Adventures of D. Demystified. Oh, that's good. Demystified. Nimmin Nations. Oh, I love it. D's Destinations. Oh, that's kind of good. Yeah, these are good. I'm taking pictures of these, so I can kind of go through and look at these later. So I'm holding up my phone right now, taking pictures of these. Deep Bryant Vibes channel. Hold on here. Constant departures. Departures is pretty good. Departure lounge. Yeah, these are fantastic. I love these. Deplane. 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 I love it. Oh, these are fantastic. Thank you so much. All right, yeah, so just keep those coming. I'm going to go back to answering questions here. So the next question was, I was going to pull up another channel from Beauty and More with Renee. We're going to pull up Beauty and More with Renee. And thank you for waiting patiently. We went off the rails. We went completely off the rails. Okay, so first and foremost, unboxings, Beauty and More with Renee. I'm going to go small here. The first thing I'm going to tell you here is Beauty. Okay, I'm looking at your name, Beauty and More with Renee. The first thing I'm thinking is you're primarily a beauty channel, okay? And then I'm looking at your channel art here, and your channel art really kind of sets the tone for your channel. It tells people what your channel's about. And you've got it up there a little bit, unboxings, Beauty and More with Renee, vlogs, beauty. However, the imagery that you're using doesn't communicate that with me, right? So it looks like, and I'm not a sports person, so I don't know which, is that a Tomahawks or an Eagles? I don't know what sports eagle that is. That's actually the same eagle that I went to my high school thing. So I don't know. Right. So I'm getting like a sports vibe. You're wearing a sports shirt. You've got 4 pictures of yourself that are similar. And what your channel art is telling me is that it's not a beauty channel. So what I would do, if you're going to focus on beauty, and again, I haven't scrolled down yet, but this is just my first impression. If you're going to focus on beauty, then I would have, like, if you're going to put 4 pictures, I would have 4 distinct, totally different looks showing the viewer that you're capable of doing these different types of looks. Like the eagle, I'm guessing that's a sporting thing. Like, that doesn't even make sense to me so far. And the font, and this is nitpicking here. The font choice that you're using, it is easy to read. So you're doing the right thing there. It is easy to read, but the font choice doesn't say beauty. It looks tough. It looks like a tough font. It doesn't necessarily say beauty. Okay, scrolling down here, because I could be totally off, right? I'm just basing it on your name and your channel art. And by the way, what does everybody in here think? Hey, Tommy, what does everybody in here think? It's Seahawks. Okay. What does everybody here think about the channel art? So give me your opinion here in the chat about the channel art. Hey, Stacy, how you doing, man? She's a Seattle Seahawks fan. Okay, perfect. What does being a Seattle Seahawks fan have to do, and we're going to talk about this from a different angle here, have to do with beauty, right? So I would tell Renee right out of the gate here, and again, I haven't really dug through her content, but if you're going to say Beauty and More, I'm thinking a beauty channel, lifestyle channel. I'm not thinking Seahawks. Now, I don't have a problem with you having Seahawks in here, or like wearing a Seahawks shirt like you're doing, but by putting the Seahawk emblem dead center, I don't know. I just think that you're speaking to the wrong audience here, because what you're saying is, I'm a Seahawks fan first and foremost, but I also do Beauty and More. So I would think about structuring your channel art in a way that clearly defines what it is. And if you're just like the world's biggest Seahawks fan, that's fine. Tell people that. But what's throwing me off is you're also talking about beauty. That's where I'm going wrong on that. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, first of all, I need to, I got a green smoothie waiting. So as I'm looking at your videos here, that's so good. Spinach, kale, bananas, avocado, delicious. Okay, while everybody's talking about what they think about your channel art, let's talk about your titles. Your titles are killing you. Your titles are killing you. What you don't want to do, you do not need to put these hashtags in your title. Right? You don't need to put these hashtags in the title. The only time you should put a hashtag in your title is if you're doing a YouTube short. And even then, put it at the end of the title, hashtag shorts. Right? But if you are just doing a normal video, by putting hashtags in your title, you're not helping yourself when you do that. Okay? So the first thing you want to do is get the hashtags out of your titles. They are not helping you. The second thing that you want to do, here is try to think, and I'm looking through I don't see much beauty stuff here at all, actually. You're going to concerts, you're doing like breast cancer awareness, you're doing live streams, trivia time. I don't see a lot of beauty here. You're doing a couple of things. So I would, here's what I would say, Renee. In addition to some clarity here in your channel art, but that clarity is going to come after you find a better direction with your channel. So I would think long and hard about what you want to be known for on YouTube, right? What do you want to be known for on YouTube? What sort of a destination do you want to make your channel for people? If you want to go down the route of beauty and be a beauty influencer or teach people how to do beauty or review beauty products, that's fine. But I would lean into that and kind of go all in that direction. What you're doing right now is you're doing some beauty, some trivia stuff. You're doing some Walmart things, breast cancer awareness. You're kind of all over the place. And what's happening when you do that is it's hard for an audience to really kind of, hold on to what it is that you're doing. Let's say I find one of your videos, one of your beauty tutorials on how to do something for makeup. I'm like, wow, I love this makeup tutorial. I'm going to subscribe to your channel. And then, okay, well, here's breast cancer awareness. Okay, that's not bad, but I'm not interested in that. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to see Alanis Morissette. Yeah, okay, but I love it. I'm not really interested in that either. And then here's some trivia time. Okay, I'm not really interested in that. So what happens then is as YouTube is showing me these videos and I'm not clicking on these videos, YouTube's going to say, okay, well, you were interested in that one video, but you're not interested in these others. So we're probably going to stop recommending these videos from this channel because you're not clicking on them and watching them. Versus if I subscribed because of your beauty videos, and then you uploaded another beauty video and I watched that, and then you upload another one and I watch that, and YouTube says, okay, well, this viewer likes this content, so we're going to make sure that you continue to see this content when it gets uploaded. So my advice to you, in addition to what anything else people might have said in terms of your channel direction, is to think long and hard about what you want to be known for and what direction you want to go in. Think of your channel as making your channel more aerodynamic. Make it more aerodynamic. Make it more focused. Make it more focused on a particular niche, and then go all in on that thing. Go all in on that thing and remove the hashtags from your titles. When it comes to titling, think about writing your titles in a way that either A, it's a title that people might search for, right? Like, let me share my screen again here. Like if I come up here and I just go to, let me share my screen. So if I come here and I'm just randomly typing stuff in. So this would be for people who are searching for things. This could bring in search traffic. So if I come here and I'm just randomly typing stuff in. So this would be for people who are searching for beauty products, right? Like all of these search traffic. So if I come here and I'm just randomly typing stuff in. So this would be for people who are searching beauty products, right? Like all of these search traffic, right? How do you so if I come here, there's a lot of different ways you could do this, but these are ways that people are actually searching. So that's one way to craft your titles, is craft them for people who are searching for something. Another way to craft your title is something that's more compelling or something that might get their attention to get them to search. It could just be like, people also love lists, right? Come up with like the top 5 beauty products. These are my top 5 beauty products for 2021. Don't use these beauty products. Right? Beauty products you want to steer people away from. you know, the best organic beauty products, however you need to title that, but title it in a way where people can connect with that versus just like hashtag Walmart, right? Hashtag Walmart, hashtag shopping. Like that doesn't really speak to someone. But if it were a title, something along the lines of Walmart's best beauty products, or something along those lines, that actually tells somebody more than hashtag beauty or hashtag shopping, hashtag Walmart. So titles are one thing, get rid of the hashtags. Two, think of a focus. And once you have your focus, then come back up and put that into your channel art. Now, there's nothing wrong with putting your Seahawks in there. Of course, I think it's great to get personality out there, but just don't make it so obvious. Wear the shirt, don't put their logo in your channel art. Right? There's a difference there, because when you put their logo right there in your channel art, dead center, I'm thinking you're a sports, like this is also about sports. So wear the shirt, don't put their logo in your channel art. Hold on. Infantile, you guys are still talking about titles here. Take a breath. Yes, I'm trying to hydrate. I'm trying to eat, drink. Focus is hard when we love multiple things. It is hard. It is difficult. Like I said, I love travel. I love tinkering. I love building things. I love cosplay. I love Star Wars. I love movies. I love music. I love so many things. But when it comes to this particular channel, I have to have a focus. Now, it's your channel. You can do whatever you want with it. But if your goal is to grow your channel and you want to grow your channel faster, that's where you need to become aerodynamic. Right? You're not going to grow your channel fast when you've got all of these different things going on your channel, right? It's going to create drag. It's going to slow your growth down. But the more aerodynamic you can make your channel, the faster you're going to go. So think of just focus if you want to grow and you want to grow faster. But if you're just using YouTube for free cloud storage, then you do whatever you want. He's not getting it. What am I not getting? Hold on here. I'm moving backwards. Hold on. Thank you so much, Dee. Yeah, so here's what I'd love to see you do, Renee. First of all, get rid of those hashtags. Those aren't helping you at all. So get rid of the hashtags. If you have videos that are doing well, if you have videos that still get views, even if you do have hashtags in the title, I wouldn't touch those right now. What I want you to do is go back and all of the videos that are just dead, right? They're dead. They never got legs. They never did anything. Go back and retitle all of those in a manner where somebody could either find them through searching, or they could just an interesting title that gets somebody's attention. Tell them what it is through the title. Imagine if you didn't even have a thumbnail and all you had was the title by itself to tell people what the video is about, right? Then write that title in a way that just compels someone to want to click on it. It piques their interest and speaks to them directly. So I want you to do that, and then think about the focus that you want to have. And once you get that focus together, and you get your channel art kind of repackaged on there, come back and see me again, and let's keep molding your channel into shape. Let's see. It is hard to grow. YouTube is tough. Michael says only use hashtags or shorts only. In your title, yes. You can put hashtags in your description, right? Let me pull up one of her videos again. Give me 1 second here. Actually, I don't even need to pull that up. So you can put hashtags in your description. You can put them all the way at the very bottom of your description. And then YouTube is going to take the first 3 hashtags that you use, and they're going to put them up underneath your video. Sometimes you probably say, well, how do these videos get hashtags? Put hashtags in your description, put them down at the bottom. It doesn't matter where they're at. Put them down at the bottom, out of the way. YouTube will choose the first 3 and put them in there. What you do not want to do is just load your description up with hashtags. Those aren't going to help you. Those aren't going to work the way you think they're going to work. There isn't a how many you should use. I would say use as many as necessary, but like hashtags in a description, this isn't going to move the needle for you. It's not like, well, I'm using the right tags or I'm using the right hashtags and my video goes viral. That's not how it works, right? YouTube is performance-based, okay? Everything is performance-based. How many people click on your thumbnails, and how much or how long of the video do people watch? And is that viewer satisfied after they finish watching your videos, right? Those are the main metrics, right? How often do they click? How long do they watch? And are they satisfied? Those are the main metrics now for YouTube. So adding tags and adding hashtags and all of that, that's great. And you might be able to get a couple of extra views here or there. Those aren't going to be game changers for you. It's just going to help give a little bit more information out there for your channel. And you might be able to bring in a couple more views, but it's not going to make your video succeed or fail based on a tag or a hashtag, right? Those are very low importance. It's all about performance. Next question is from Lil Crafty Nook. He says, I'm trying to figure out my sections. Do I keep most popular uploads first, or should I focus on Halloween and fall card playlists? Thank you so much. So if I understand this correctly, you're talking about your playlist selections in your channel, right? So when somebody first lands on your channel, let me share my channel so people can understand what we're talking about here. And correct me if I'm wrong here. Nikki, hold on. Let me go here, my channel. So you're talking about how to set up your channel like this with your playlists. I would set this up based on performance. Based on performance and based what you want to draw attention to. So if you have a particular playlist with a particular type of content that has, it's proven to do well, like, hey, this type of video does well, put them together in a playlist, title that playlist something very relevant, give it a description, and then put that up at the top, right? Use this area to draw attention to the right things, but also make sure you're putting the right videos there that are performance-based and based on what people are actually going to be interested in. So you're going to have to look at your data on this one to try to figure out what you want to put there. But because you are getting into Halloween and fall, you could temporarily put one up there to draw attention to those things. You could absolutely do that. I don't think that's going to hurt you. And then when Halloween's over, you could just remove it and put other high-performing videos back up there at the top. Next question is from Detours with Jeff. D, I need your help bad, man. The views aren't coming in. What am I doing wrong? I want to cry. Can you evaluate my channel? Thanks a million. Well, if you want to cry, I would say just go ahead and let it out, man. We're amongst friends here. You can go ahead and cry in the chat. Are you still in here, Jeff? Is Jeff still in here? I think Jeff's gone. Jeff does hit and run comments. Jeff, I thought did you just change your name like twice? I thought it was something about like, man, you had another name change. You've changed your name twice, I think, in the past couple months, didn't you? And I mean, that kind of answers your question, right? Views aren't coming in. You're kind of bouncing around. It looks to me like you are still trying to find your footing. You've tried photography. I know you did some, I think it was tripping with Jeff. You've done a couple of different things. And so you're trying to find something that sticks. So I would just say, just keep going, man. Just keep going. Eventually you will find something to stick. It's part of the process. Next question comes from Seth, who says, how do I stay motivated? Ooh, that's a great question. Okay, people in the chat, wonderful people in the chat. I would love to know what your tips are to stay motivated. Because I'll give you my tips here. Detours. I love that too. I'm going to take a picture of that. Detours. That's great. Detours. What do you guys do to stay motivated? Let me know in the chat right now. Motivation for me comes... What is showing up here? Official website. That's weird. Motivation for me comes from a couple of things. Number one, as an adult, I remember what life was like when I went through a period in my life where I did struggle, right? And like I've been an entrepreneur in one way or another for the majority of my life. However, there was a period of time where like I was an electrician and I worked for other people. And there was a period of time in between that and then my musical career. So I had downtime, and I had periods where like I had to sell my guitar and I had to struggle to pay rent and all of that stuff, right? And I went through that struggling period back in my early 20s. And I remember that stuff vividly. I remember how bad it felt to like sell my favorite guitar ever. I remember how bad it felt to not knowing how I was going to pay rent and keep the lights on, and I had my phone disconnected. Funny story about this. During that period of time where I think I was like, I don't know, 20 years old or something, 21 years old. I don't know if I probably couldn't pay my bill at that particular time, but they turned my phone off. Right? They turned my phone off, and I got like deathly ill the same day. Like my phone got turned off in the morning, and that afternoon, I had intense pain in my stomach, so much so that I couldn't even stand up. I was on the ground. I had to like pull myself up to get to the phone, and that was back when phones were on the wall. And I picked up the phone. The phone was dead. I was like, oh my God, not today. So I literally army crawled. I'm not kidding. I army crawled through the house that I was renting, down the steps of the front porch, down the sidewalk, into the house next door for them to call 911. I army crawled. I was in so much pain. I thought I was dying. I thought my appendix was rupturing. Ambulance came, took me to the hospital. Turns out I just had like a severe case of gastronitis, like gas buildup. But it was crippling, right? It was crippling. I know we're getting off track. I'm just telling a story. So it was crippling. But I didn't have to have my appendix taken out at that particular time. But the point was, I had my phone turned off. I could barely pay rent. I had to sell guitars. Like, that's motivation. Like, I never want to experience that again. I never want to experience having to struggle for something. I never want to experience not being able to call 911 again. I never want to experience not knowing how I'm going to pay a mortgage or rent. I never want to experience how I'm going to figure out how to pay for something again. That was a terrible time of my life. And I know a lot of you have experienced something similar. So that's motivation for me. So first and foremost, that's great motivation. Second thing that motivates me is because I'm in the YouTube education space, and because I feel like this is a privilege. This is a great privilege for me to be able to come here and go live in front of you. There's 67 people watching right now, and that's a privilege, right? It's an absolute privilege. And I've got videos with over 1 million views and hundreds of thousands of views, and I've been able to turn YouTube into a full-time career and create other businesses off of YouTube. And this has been a huge stepping stone. It's like a second chance kind of in life. I mean, I was doing fine before, but it's just given me a whole new outlet to be creative and do things. And like, I don't want to lose that. All right. Like I want to remain relevant. I want to remain relevant on social media so I can continue to do this privileged job that I have now. And that's huge motivation, right? So one, I want to stay relevant and continue to be able to do this. Two, I never want to be broke again. So yeah, that's my motivation. If you're younger and you haven't gone through something like that yet, or you're not in a position to where you have stuff to lose, I would say this. Think of the life that you want, right? I don't know. I looked at your channel. I believe you're a gaming channel. You might be younger. I'm not sure. But if you are younger and you haven't gone through this yet, think of the life that you want. Detail it out, right? Detail it out. Be very detailed. Like, what do you want out of life? Don't just like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. That's not detailed. That's not enough. Think about what you want. Like, what do you want? How do you want to live? Where do you want to live? What do you want to drive? Do you want to drive? What does your house look like? What does your life look like? Can you go on vacations? Like, really detail what it is that you want, whatever makes you happy. Detail that. Write it down. Take pictures, cut out pictures or print pictures off of the internet even. Turn it into a desktop on your computer of all the things, the material things that you might want or the places that you want to go. Turn it into a desktop or print it up and tape it next to your computer or whatever. Look at that stuff that you're going to have if you never quit, right? Because the alternative to all of that you want by quitting and not being motivated is to not have any of that, right? So there's your option for motivation. You either get up and you do the stuff that you don't want to do when you don't want to do it, right? Like, I don't want to do it today, but you get up and you do it anyway because you want this stuff. This is the life that you want. So If you don't do those things, you're never going to even have a chance to have this stuff. But if you're like, oh, I'm not motivated. I just don't want to do it. Well, you've already given up. Enjoy living at home with your parents or enjoy living in whatever situation that you're in, because that's as good as it's going to get. And if you're okay with that, that's fine. But if you strive for something greater, print it out, write it down, look at it every day. Let that help you stay motivated to get there, because you're never going to get it otherwise. Resilience is the new luck. Yeah, man. Like it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to take breaks. It's okay to pause and rethink what you're doing and rethink your strategy. It's okay to rejuvenate and all of that stuff. But like if you're younger and you don't have those struggles yet to help you stay motivated, like, man, I never want to go back to that again. You know, like some people, there's one person I know who has a YouTube channel. They were homeless. And their motivation is, you know, they're making a little bit of money now, and they're like, I don't want to be homeless again. Like, I've lived on the streets. I never want to be homeless again. That's their motivation. And a lot of younger people don't have those struggles that they've been through. So if that's the case, just look at the things that you want. Look at the life that you want. And just like, I can have that if I work for it, or I'm never going to even have a chance to have any of this if I don't work for it. So I know it's a really long answer, but YouTube is hard. Yeah, it is. YouTube is really hard, but you know what's harder? You know what's going to be a lot harder? For someone who wanted to do YouTube, for someone who wanted to turn YouTube into a career, but they just gave up because it was too hard. Then they'll end up working some crappy job later in life. And then they're always going to be thinking, man, if I would have just stuck it out on YouTube, like, I wonder if my next video would have been the one. Or I wonder if I would have just stuck around for a year later. I wonder if something would have changed. And then you're working some dead-end job or some crappy, maybe it's not a dead-end job, but maybe it's just a job you don't want. And you're always going to be thinking, just what if? What if is a lot harder than YouTube. Let me go back here. Hey, Tracy, how you doing? My motivation is interacting with my little core audience who feels and looks forward to my videos. I believe I have a commitment to post videos for them. That's valid too, absolutely. I enjoy the comments and interaction with them. I feel that too. I do feel there's a level of commitment that you are giving to your community. I want to be independent enough financially to calm my husband down, and we can live any way that I want, right? Motivation. Vision board. Yes, that's what it's called, a vision. Thank you. The vision board. Yeah, I remember the first person I met when I was younger with a vision board. He sold dental medical supplies is what he sold. And he had a vision board, and he was the one that introduced me to the whole idea of a vision board. And I remember thinking at the time, this is really weird. Like, this is kind of weird. He had like this house cut out, and like, you know, this is back when the internet was pretty young. He had like, you know, pictures. He was cutting them out of magazines. Like, this was a car, this was a house, this was like, he had like beaches, and he had all this stuff on this board. And I just thought it was kind of weird. It took him a couple years, and he ended up acquiring every single thing on his vision board. Like, he was so focused on it, he knew exactly what he wanted, and he went and got it, man. Let me see. Oh, thank you so much, Butterfly Hustles. I appreciate you. I missed a super chat somewhere. I'm moving backwards here. Stacy says, I find YouTubers that are creative, and I build ideas through their words. That's how I get inspired. Interesting. Good morning, Roy. Hey, just hit record. How you doing? Gastronitis is debilitating. Yeah, it was rough. I thought I was dying. I was like, oh, man, my appendix burst. All right, super chat.
Super chat.
No dumb questions here at all. D, I feel like this is a dumb question, but what is a hook? How would you define a hook? How do you make one? And thank you for considering the question. You're awesome, boss. Okay, that's not a dumb question at all. That's actually one of the most relevant questions that I've been asked in a long time. So a hook can be something visual. It can be something verbal, or it could be something that you hear, something that at the beginning of your video, at the very beginning of your video, like as soon as the viewer hits play, something happens at the beginning of the video that lures the viewer in and compels them to keep watching. It could be something as easy as just confirmation that they clicked on the right video. Okay. So let's say in my case, because I do mostly tutorial videos, a hook for one of my videos is just telling them what the video is going to be to confirm that they've clicked on the right video. So let's say I have a video for, say the title is Top 5 Video Editing Apps for iPhone. That's the title. And as soon as somebody clicks play, my hook might be, I'm going to show you the top 5 editing apps for iPhone that are free. Let's get into it. And I'm just going to go right into it, right? I just told them what the video is about. Okay, now that works for me because I have a tutorial-based channel. Yours could be something visual. Like let's say you have like, let's say you're doing a vlog or something happened in the vlog or some drama happened. Somebody hits play and you could immediately start to show like the highlight of that drama and then just stop it right before that drama concludes. And like, hey everybody, I'm whatever, and whatever, and get into it that way, right? It's bait. Think of it as bait, right? It's a hook that's got bait on it that compels them to keep watching. It can be something audible. It could be something visual. It could just be you confirming through words, letting them know that they clicked on the right video. Now, a hook can be too long. If it's too long and it drags out, they can lose interest. Things that I've learned from now versus earlier videos. So back in the day, and how many people do this? How many people do this on their channel still? Because I'm going to urge you to probably not do this. Back when I first started, I would say, hey, Justin, I would say things like, let's say it was the 5 videos, right? I could say, I'm going to show you the top 5 video editing apps for iPhone. And by the way, if this is your first time here, my name is Nimmin, and I have a channel that teaches mobile YouTubers how to make content on their phone, how to live stream. And if this is your first time here, go ahead and type in new down in the chat so I can come in and give you a proper welcome. And I would go into this huge thing. And don't forget to like and subscribe and blah, 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 blah. I would go into this huge thing at the beginning because I thought that that's what you did because I saw everybody do that. And then what would happen when I would do that is you could watch my audience retention graph. It would just nosedive. It would just nosedive because people were like, nope, you are taking way too long to get into this. And people would leave comments and be like, just get to the point, dude. We're here for the tutorial. We don't care about any of this stuff. We're here for the tutorial. And as I've learned how to shorten that, it's drastically helped my audience retention to where I was losing 50% of my viewers in the first 10 seconds because I was just taking way too long to get into it. But now I can hold people. Now my drop might be 20% or 15%, depending on how you do it at the beginning. So if that's something that you're doing, reconsider how you're bringing your videos in and remember why the viewer clicked in the first place. I think the faster you can give them a hook, give them a reason to want to keep watching, and then get into that thing. I think you're going to find that it helps your audience retention. New here, welcome to the channel, Vita Happy. How you doing? Welcome. Today is a Q&A, so if you've got questions about your channel on YouTube or anything about YouTube, really, I am answering your questions. I do have a form that is linked down below in the description, and it is pinned here in the chat because I'm not really catching everything here that runs into the chat, but if you leave it in the form, I will be able to see your question there and answer your question. And I will close that form off here in a little bit. It is first come, first serve. There you go. There you go. Changing up your titles. Awesome. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Okay. And back to your original question. But we just went off the deep end because that's what we do. Seth, I hope that answers your question. I saw a lot of great people answering with how they stay motivated. I explained how I stay motivated. You're going to have to figure out your own motivation here based on your own life experiences and what you want out of life. And I'll also say this, and I'm not going to say hook, bang, you got it. I don't want to say you can't do something. But I will say this, if you find yourself continually unmotivated to do YouTube, I want you to pause and take a step back for a second because you need to figure out why YouTube is unmotivating you in the first place. Are you getting unmotivated because you just don't want to record the videos? And you're like, oh, I just don't have the motivation to make these videos because I just hate making videos. Or are you losing motivation because you're not happy with the amount of subscribers and the views that you're getting? If it's because you're not getting enough views and subscribers, I would tell you, which is easier said than done, stop worrying about views and subscribers. You're putting the cart before the horse on this one, right? Because here's the thing, unless you have a background in making videos and presenting in front of a camera, you have zero experience doing this. What you're asking is like, hey, I have no experience doing this whatsoever. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I expect an audience, and I'm getting unmotivated because I don't have an audience, even though I have zero experience. That's what you're saying, right? What you're basically saying is, I don't know how to dribble a basketball, but I deserve to play in the NBA, right? I deserve to be a paid professional basketball player, even though I don't know how to play basketball. That's what you're saying. So if you're looking at views and subscribers, and that's turning YouTube into a situation where you can't find motivation to move forward, stop looking at that stuff and understand that you first have to learn the skills. You got to learn the skills to earn that audience in the first place. You're starting at zero. You got to learn how to choose the topics, how to make thumbnails, how to write the titles, how to present in front of the camera, how to edit the videos, how to light, how to choose the right microphone. There's so much you have to learn. You have to earn your audience. So don't put the cart before the horse. Don't think you deserved an audience, because you're not. You're not deserved anything yet. You have to earn that. You got to work for it. All right. Let me see here. Next question. Wade, how you doing, Wade? I contact YouTube, like you said, but they never replied to me. Okay, Wade, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Wade has had a problem with YouTube killing his live streams because I believe Wade is like 13, and I think they're thinking that he's under 13. Wade, listen, man, I hate that you're going through this. Unfortunately, YouTube is just flagging you for appearing to be too young. You just got to move forward, man. Work with whatever they do allow you to do. Do that. And I know this sounds crazy, and I know we talked about this, but it's Halloween. Put a hat on. Get a fake mustache. Move forward. Look, man, how bad do you want it? Because you're of age. You can do this legally, right? You can, by YouTube's terms of service, you are of legal age to be able to do this. Their AI is incorrectly flagging you as being too young. Put a hat on. Put a mustache on. Have fun with it. Move forward that way and see if they flag you that way. I bet they don't. I bet if you put on a mustache and a hat, I bet they don't flag you. I would have fun with it, man, because like if the AI is incorrectly flagging you, I would say, okay, how can I outsmart the AI? Because you're not breaking any rules. You are of the right age. So now you have to outsmart the AI. And it's Halloween. Do with that information as you will. Next question comes from the Bearded IT Dad, who says, after taking a year off of YouTube, I'm looking for ways to start building views again. Now that I'm back, I'm finding it hard to get views. Yeah, that's what happens. If you take too long a break of YouTube, YouTube changes, the audience changes, your channel loses that momentum that you had. There's a lot of things changes. The subscribers that you had, a lot of them their interests have changed. They're no longer interested in what you're doing. The best thing that you can do right now is just start making videos again. Start making videos again. Start to be consistent, and just, if you can upload 2 videos a week, just start doing that consistently over and over. It might take you months. It might take you 6 months. It might take you a year. But if you just start uploading consistently again, you will eventually bring in a new audience, because that's really what has to happen, right? Your audience has changed, and now you have to earn a new audience. And, it's almost like you're starting over, but you're not starting at zero, because now you have some experience, and you do have some people who are still on board with what you're doing. Next question comes from Niskal Sap. Oh, I'm killing this name, and I apologize. Nischal Sapokta Vlogs. My views and subscribers are not increasing. Check my channel, please. I'm going to just a quick little view here on your channel. Oh, you're the one from Nepal. Okay, so what's going on here with your channel? Bird speak with man. Okay, so I'm going to pull your channel up here, because this is Carter. What's going on, my man? There you go. Step 1, start creating. Step 2, keep creating. You got it. Yeah, this is it right here. Step 1, start creating. Step 2, keep creating. Step 3, if step 1 and step 2 fail, revert to step 1. I think that's how it goes. So we're going to get you pulled up here, and I can give you a couple of things right out of the gate here. number one, you've only been uploading for 1 month. So first of all, welcome to YouTube. But everything that I just said about earning your audience, this applies to you. You've been uploading for a month. The fact that you're even getting views at all after a month, I think is fantastic. So you're on the right path, but there are a couple things that you need to do differently. Number one is choose a language and stick with it, right? Like you've got like your native language here, then you've got English over here. This is a mixture of the two. Pick a language and run with it, right? And I would say this, if you're speaking in English in your videos, then put English titles up there. If you're speaking in your native language, don't put English titles up there because you're pulling people in who think that you're speaking English. So pick one language and do everything in that language, your titles, your tags, your description, how you speak in front of the camera, the language, everything in one language. Second thing, you just need time. You've only been doing this for a month. You have a lot to learn. So keep going. Pick a language and keep going. You know, once you've been doing this for 6 months or 1 year or 2 years and you've got 100 or so videos on there focused on a single language, I think you're going to find that things are going to start moving for you. Yeah, as Nikki says here, you're segregating your audience, right? You never want your audience to have to choose between videos. So if you upload a video in English and then you upload a video in your native language, well, everybody who joined because of your English, they're not going to watch your other video. And everybody who joins because of your native language videos, they might not watch your English videos unless they also speak English. So you're segregating your audience right out of the gate there. Yeah, I don't recommend anybody ever mixing languages on their channel at all. Unless you are targeting bilingual people, unless that's the whole purpose of your channel. You never want people to have to choose. And you're confusing YouTube. You're telling YouTube, oh, my channel is about this and it's about this. And you never want to confuse YouTube and make YouTube struggle trying to get the right audience for the content or for the content that you're making. Okay, next question is, Pete John's in the house. What's your hot take on the new MacBook Pros? They are a powerhouse and pretty darn costly. Overkill for most YouTube creators. Yeah, I think it's overkill. I mean, I think it depends on what you're doing. I think it depends on what you're doing. I think it depends on if you can write that off as a tax expense or not based on how you're structured. I think I've been very clear about this before. I'm not a tech guy. I will only buy tech if I need the tech. I still got an iPhone 11 because I don't see the purpose in purchasing the new phone. I will hold on to tech until I have a valid reason to replace the tech, right? Like I bought the Mac Mini for a particular purpose, and I think it's fantastic. I will hold on to tech for a long time, but I would say this: if you have the last version of the MacBook Pro, I don't know. If you've got the money to spend, I'm never going to go after somebody and say, why are you buying that? It's your money. You earn the money. You spend it however you want. But for me, it doesn't make sense to buy the newest thing just because it's the newest thing. I think the old version, that's a powerhouse too. Then it comes down to, because it's got the M1 chip and all of that, then it comes down into, you know, how much faster does it render, right? If you're doing it for video editing, how much faster does it render, and does that speed justify the price? Number two, is there anything else that it does that your old one doesn't do? So, I mean, they're beasts. They're absolute beasts. I mean, if I were going to purchase a Mac notebook, I would definitely get a new one. But if I had an old one, I probably wouldn't update unless I absolutely had to, or unless the render speeds were just like double or triple that of what I had. It has to make sense to me to spend the money. What do you think? Are you getting one? I love my Mac Mini though. I mean, Mac Mini is amazing. The Chicharito Network. Did I say that right? Chicharito. That's Chicharito Network. Hey D, just curious if you're thinking there's anything you would improve about my channel. Is there anything I would recommend improving about your channel? Let's see. All right, here we go. Let's get you pulled up. All right, let's see. Is there anything, what was your question? Just anything you would improve about my channel. Okay, let's see. TCN, unleash your legend. That sounds promising. That sounds epic. All right, so you've got my attention in the channel art. Unleash your legend. I'm thinking that this channel is about your teaching motivation or entrepreneurship or something like that. You're going to teach me how to be great. That's the vibe I've got from your channel art. Don't let me down. All right. Top 6 tips to actually growing on YouTube. Holy moly. Okay, hold on here. Chichinito Network. Oh man, you just got started 2 weeks ago. Okay, so here's some things that you're going to struggle with. Hold on. How to clip. Okay, so you're doing tutorial-based content. How to clip graphics in KineMaster, how to automatically motion track. Okay, how to make Emma Chamberlain's intro. Top 6 tips to actually growing on YouTube. Top 6 tips to actually growing on. Why is there 2 of them? Oh, one of them is a short, and one of them's a longer video. How to automatically motion track. I think you're on the right track. I don't know about your data, so I can't see the thumbnails. I think your thumbnails look pretty good starting out. One thing that you are probably going to take flack about as a new channel. So as a new channel with 16 subscribers, if you continue down the YouTube education path, which you can totally do that, I'm just preparing you for the blowback that you're going to get. You are going to get a sizable number of people who are going to say, bro, you're trying to teach me how to grow, but you got 16 subscribers or 20 subscribers or whatever you have, right? So just be prepared for that blowback if that's the direction that you go into in terms of YouTube growth. Because I mean, I got 145,000 subscribers and I still get tons of comments daily saying, bro, you only got 100,000 subscribers. Because a lot of people don't understand. They don't understand the size of an audience for a particular type of niche. They look at huge channels like Mr. Beast or PewDiePie or people with millions of subscribers and think that everybody should have millions of subscribers. But when you're doing how-to type content, specifically YouTube, how to do things with KineMaster, that sort of thing, you know, the available audience is much smaller. So you're going to get a lot of those. Otherwise, dude, I think you're off to a great start. Unleash your legend. I thought it was a motivation thing. I didn't expect tutorials. While I love the power of Unleash Your Legend, I would almost consider like another tagline there. Just, I expected to be motivated. I didn't expect tutorials. So I love Unleash Your Legend. I thought you were going to like motivate me or just teach me how to be self-motivation, that sort of thing. Then I came down to like KineMaster tutorials. Both are epic, but a little bit of a disconnect. So that's the only thing I got for your channel. Good luck to you, man. You're off to a great start. You only have 100,000 subscribers. I hate when that happens. No, they do. They do though, because they get this weird, they don't understand how YouTube works. They don't understand, the size of a niche. They don't understand the size of a channel. Like, bro, you only got 100,000 subscribers. Why are you trying to teach people how to grow? Like, I'm not Mr. Beast. Like that's, people who are teaching people how to edit with your phone or how to make like there's only an audience that's so big on that one. Yeah, I get those quite a bit. They're kind of fun. All right, next question here is from Entwinedrope, who says, should I leave my live streams up or private them after the stream is over? That's a great question, and you're playing games. So my answer to you would be, if you find that people are finding your gameplay as a replay, like they're finding it days and weeks after you've gone live and they're watching it, leave it up. But you're finding that it's not getting any growth whatsoever when it's over, maybe unlist it. Next question comes from Pink Princess and Mom. Question is, let me have some of my green smoothie. Would like tips to keep the momentum going and see where I can make improvements. Thank you. Okay, well, tips to keep the momentum going, the best advice I can give you is to keep uploading. Keep uploading with, holy moly. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna share this. You are another gaming channel. Okay, Pink Princess and Mom Roblox. That's just like the cutest header. I love that. So it looks like you're playing Roblox with your daughter. As a gaming channel, and your thumbnails are adorable, by the way. As a gaming channel, I just want you to understand, because, oh, you just started a month ago. Congratulations. I think your thumbnails look adorable. You're getting some views coming in, like the treehouse glitch. Okay, that was a short. I would just say this. In order to keep the momentum going, you want to keep uploading. First and foremost, just keep uploading. Keep doing what you're doing. I want to click in on one of these. Give me 1 second. I want to see if YouTube has turned off your... Okay, so YouTube has not identified you as a children's channel. That's good. That's really good. Yeah, so just keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. The best thing you can do to build momentum is to understand the niche that you're in, understand the audience who's going to be watching your videos, and then keep making videos for the audience. Think it through. Have some strategy. Think about, okay, well, if other daughters, moms and daughters who are into Roblox, how can we help them? How can we help them succeed at Roblox? Or maybe how can we help them do whatever? Can we just have fun with them? Could we collab with them? Right? So on and so forth. So just think about who you want to watch your videos and think about what videos you can make for them and just do it consistently. Let me see. So haunted house glitch. We found it. All right, you're getting some comments. I think you're off to a fantastic start. Videos more. Be sure to check out our how to. Okay, so my only advice, and I'm just a little bit of nitpicking here. So anytime you're wanting to link something out, like you did here in the description, you see how it just gets cut off right there? So somebody has to actually click on show more in order to see that link. And that link is way more important than this stuff here that YouTube's going to stick in here. So just make sure that whenever you have a link that's going to link out to another one of your videos, make sure you have it before people have to click on show more, okay? Another thing I want you to do is start taking advantage of the pinned comment. You can leave your own comment and you can pin that comment. And you can do the exact same thing here. You can say, right? You can do the same thing. You can say, check out our Halloween giveaway video here. So you can say here, watch next our Halloween giveaway video, and then link out to your Halloween video to that, right? The same video you have there, link that out here, tell them to watch next, tell them what it is, pin that comment yourself. In order to pin a comment, you click on these 3 little dots over here, and it's going to give you the option to pin the comment. And if you have a card in here, I don't know if you're using cards or not. Hold on. Nope, you don't. You're not using cards. Make sure you're taking advantage of the option to add cards. Let me see if you're doing an end screen. Okay, you've got an end screen. That's fantastic. And you are linking out to your Halloween giveaway, which is perfect, right? Halloween giveaway there, Halloween giveaway in the description, Halloween giveaway in your pinned comment. So do that moving forward for all the videos and just do that consistently. Welcome to YouTube. And it looks like I missed a... Hold on here. Looks like I'm a super chat. Haha. I get people questioning with my videos why I only have 500 views. Yeah, right? What's in the green smoothie? Looks like something I'd be afraid to drink. This is, what's in here? Avocado, spinach, cucumber, almond milk, maybe some broccoli. I'm not sure. Maybe part of a banana. I'm not sure. I think I missed a super chat. Give me a second. Here we go.
Super chat.
Rodney, thank you so much. Says, thank you, D. That was helpful. How do I prevent my video from being boring as a talking head video? I'm going to be recording my 4th video this week, editing my 3rd. Yay, newbie. Welcome to YouTube, first and foremost. Here's the thing about being boring. I don't know what type of content that you're making, but some content is just boring. If it's scientific content, it generally falls on the boring side. If it's something about history and it's something long and kind of drawn out, that gets a little bit boring. The best thing you can do, look, you're just getting started. You have to learn how to communicate. You have to learn how to edit. You have to learn how to keep things going. Best advice I can give you is record your video. And then when you come in to edit your video, if you notice that you've got awkward pauses, right? And let's say you say something. I don't know what you're making with your channel, but I'm just going to use this as an example on my channel. Let's say I have the beginning of my video, and I said my hook is, I'm going to show you the top 5 video editing apps for iPhone. Now, the top 5 video editing apps, they're in no order of importance, so just be prepared to take them in any way. I'm going to give them blah, 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 blah. I'm going to pause. All right, so the first app we're going to talk about, and then again, right, you see those awkward pauses. You want to cut that stuff out. Just make a hard cut. That's called a jump cut, right? Just cut out that awkward silence. So what happens is when you edit that together and you close those gaps, it's going to go from one thing to another thing to another thing to another thing. You just want to make sure you edit them to where the cadence is right, to where it's not too awkward, right? So it might start, and then I've got the top 5 iPhone apps. I'm going to show you the top 5 video editing apps for iPhone, starting with the free apps. Go ahead and open up your iPhone, go to the Play Store, and let me show you which one to download, right? Something like that, where it's just, I up my energy just a little bit. And that's another thing. The camera will suck some of your energy away. So maybe dial your energy up, maybe 10 or 15%. So when you edit it, it just gives you a little bit more energy. And just cut out those awkward pauses. And if you have too many ums and ahs, go through and cut those out as well. Hey, Larcia, how you doing? I'm bad at those. Yeah, I was terrible at those too. I had these awkward pauses. And it's just something you have to learn. You have to learn where the right cut is, because it's not as simple as just cutting after the word and then cutting again before the next word and putting them together. There's a cadence that happens. There's a pattern there that you have to edit to in order to make it make sense. Yes, J cuts, L cuts, and jump cuts can be super useful. Absolutely. Have a good one. Moses, is that your name? Let me see. I pause mid-sentence all the time. Yeah, we all have a weird cadence. Everybody has a weird speaking structure that they have. You just have to figure out how to edit them and how to flow, and be really critical when you're editing. Like, watch it back and say, yeah, that just doesn't flow. And over time, you're going to learn how to make it flow a lot better. Next question is from Famous KC, who says, how do you let more people be engaged in your video? And how do you get more views on your videos? I really want to improve. Okay, well, engagement, there's a lot of different things that you can do with engagement. The first thing that you can do is, the antenna's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. The first thing that you need to do with engagement is just give people a reason to engage, and don't make it complicated for them. Don't make people have to think about what to say. So you see a lot of videos where like, hey, if you want to leave a comment, go down and leave a comment. Don't just tell them to leave a comment. Let them know what to leave a comment about. For example, let's go back to the 5 video editing apps thing again, right? So I might say at some point in the video, I might say something like, remember my hook would be, I'm going to show you the top 5 video editing apps for iPhone, right? That's the first thing I'm going to say in the video. But later in the video, if I want people to leave a comment, I might say something along the lines of, if your favorite app or the app that you're currently using didn't make the list, go down and leave a comment. Let me know what app that I should consider for another video. I'm real curious to hear what you're using right now to edit your videos, right? I just told them what to go down and leave a comment on. What you don't want to do is create a situation where the people have to think about, what should I say? Hey, go down, don't forget to leave a comment about what? Tell them what to leave a comment about. Give them a reason to leave a comment so they don't have to think. That's the easiest way to get engagement in forms of comments. You can do the same thing with a like. You can let people know, hey, if you're enjoying the video, go ahead and give this a thumbs up. Lets me know that you're enjoying yourself. Or you can just give me a thumbs down. I'm a big boy, I can take it. Big girl, whatever. Have fun with it. Tell people what to do, and you'd be surprised at how many people will actually do it. Next question comes from Pop Comics, who says, D, Can you give me some channel art descriptions? Ooh, good question. They want us to look at their channel art. Oh, you don't have channel art. Okay, here we go. We're about to brainstorm. Here we go. The community here is amazing at brainstorming this sort of thing. So Pop Comic says, what should I put in my channel art? Okay, so first and foremost, and I know this is not what you asked for, but you see how you've been on YouTube. Wow, that's weird. So, wow, you took a break for 5, wow, look at that. You started 6 years ago and took a long break. So you see how you have all your videos here? You can create playlists, right? And you want a more detailed, you don't want just crazy comic hauls. Be very detailed. Let's say you're talking about Spawn right there, right? You could be very detailed and come up with a playlist title in a way that you would title a video. So think about playlist titles exactly how you title a video. Put those playlists together, and inside of Studio, you can actually come in and build out your homepage. Like you've got it here with one of them, right? You've built one playlist out. So as your channel grows, come back and build this out with multiple playlists for particular types of content. Now, in terms of you Pop Comics, the easiest thing that I would do in your situation.
Welcome to the Nimminati.
Moses, welcome to the Nimminati. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate that so much. If you go to my community feed over here on my channel, you're going to have to go back a little bit, but there is a link to a private Facebook group. Go over there. You have to fill out the questions when you join the Facebook group if you're part of Facebook, and we welcome you into the group. I answer YouTube questions over there. Savvy Tech Tips, what's up? And I think I missed this one.
Super chat.
Tana, I'm thinking about removing my intro out of my videos so I can get straight to the point of the video. I took your advice and touched up my channel. That's what's up. Here's the thing, man. Like, I think intros are really tricky to get right. They're really tricky to get right because, like, if an intro is too long, you click out. If the music's too loud, they might click off. If it's a wrong type of music, they might click off. If it's too jarring, if there's too much, there's so many things that can go wrong with an intro. And I like to think of it this way. Like anytime I have a question about YouTube, anytime I'm wondering, I wonder if I should do this, or I wonder if I should do this, I always go back to this one question. What does the viewer want? What does the viewer want? Why did the viewer click on this video? And anytime I go back to those, why did the viewer click? What does the viewer want? They didn't click for the intro. They didn't click for me to hee-haw around and talk about if this is your first time here, blah, 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 blah. They clicked because they wanted information that my video had for them. And I found that the faster I give them that information, the better my audience retention is, the better that video does long term. So I would say this, man. I would say look at your audience retention graph, right? That graph is going to give you that line right there at the beginning where that intro is. And if you see a big drop where that intro is, you know your intro is not working. So you can either change the intro and experiment with it to try to get people to stay, or you can lose it altogether and try just getting right to the point and see if that helps that drop or not. If the drop is still there, then you know that you need a stronger hook, or you need to say something a little bit different at the beginning. Like all of this stuff, man, it's like working a Rubik's Cube. Right? We're just constantly in a state of like trying to figure out the Rubik's Cube and trying to figure out, okay, now I got the red side, now how I got to get the orange side over here. But like that's all we do as creators on YouTube. And sometimes our audience changes and we got to we got to twist all the Rubik's Cube up and start all over again. So that happens, man. But keep testing it, dude. Keep testing it. I think I just had another channel member come in. Here we go.
Welcome to the Nimminati.
Angie N. Gibbs Adventures, thank you so much for supporting the channel and myself. I do appreciate it. Same thing, go over to my community feed. You got to look down a little bit. There's a link to a private Facebook group. I check in there usually once a day, unless I'm having internet problems here in Mexico. I'll check in if anybody has a question about YouTube. I'm always there to answer it. And every Sunday at 6 p.m. Mexico City time, which is my time, we do a 1-hour private members only live stream. I post about it in the Facebook group and I post about it in the community feed that you're now going to have access to just for members posts. So if you want like an in-depth channel review, want me to dig deeper into your channel, that's what that is for. And the same applies to anyone else who becomes a channel member. And you become green. You show up green in the chat. Okay, so pop comics. So here's what I would do. Channel art. Put your comics up there. Get the most valuable comics that you have. Lay them all out. Take a picture. And then come up with, maybe put your logo up there, Pops Comics, and then come up with a short little mission statement, a value proposition that tells the viewer what your channel is about, right? Like, what does Pop Comics do? Are you collecting them? Are you reselling them? Are you on the hunt for vintage comics? Like, there's so many different ways you can go with comics. Come up with a short little sentence to tell the viewer exactly what it is you're doing on your channel with comics. And then just put your most valuable or most prized possessions up there. So people who would identify those will go, oh my God, I can't believe you got that comic. Or yeah, I've got that too. I'm interested in that. That's what you put up in your channel art. Wow. Wow. Okay, next question is from Aussie Guy Global Traveler. Question is, hey, your advice on my channel was great last week. What advice do you have for beginner travel vloggers? I'm trying to decide what vlogging camera to get after my iPhone. As a vlogger, as somebody who's traveling, my recommendation would be, hold on here. My recommendation would be a small camera. I'm recording. Let me see. Do I have this set up? Give me 1 second. So I actually have two of these. This is the Sony ZV-1. Now I've got a cage on it. I've got the cage on it because I can connect it to tripods and this, that, and the other thing. If you want to reach out to me like, hey, show me all the gear you've got for your Sony, happy to do that. But without the cage, even with the cage, I mean, the cage adds some weight onto it, but without the cage, man, this thing it fits into your pocket. The viewfinder turns around 100%. So if you want to vlog, it's great for vlogging. It's got some built-in image stabilization. It shoots 4K. Super lightweight. And since Sony just came out with an upgraded version, I believe these can be found a little bit cheaper now. You would want some sort of a little handle on it, a little, I love the switch pod, but some people love the Joby grips. And there's various microphones that you can get for this. But if you're doing everything on your phone and you're considering an upgrade to your first camera, I would consider the Sony ZV-1. It's a great deal right now because there's been an upgraded version with an interchangeable lens, especially if you're traveling. Like, man, if you're traveling and you've got all these lenses and detachable parts, that's just screaming for trouble. This thing fits in your pocket. It is heavier if you go with the cage. But just the camera by itself, it's lightweight. It's super easy to use. I have two of them. I'm streaming with one now, and I've got a backup that I was streaming with before. I love it. Absolutely love it. I would highly recommend that as a, Sony ZV-1's a good price now too. I think it's a fantastic camera. Just fantastic camera. The G7X flip screen above lens, so it looks like you're looking at the camera. Oh yeah, that's cool too. I don't have one of those. That's good to know. Great choice for a traveler. But yeah, I travel a lot myself too. So like I've traveled before with my full Sony camera and the lenses and all, and I was just like, oh, this is a nightmare. I have to worry about, I don't want to travel with the lens attached because I'm afraid it's going to break. But then like I've been in situations where it's like dusty and I don't want to take the lens apart to stick it on the camera because I don't want to get dust on the inside of the lens. But man, the Sony ZV, I will never travel with another camera unless it's either this or something similar. This style of a camera for traveling. Lighting advice. Yeah, lighting advice, man. That's a great thing. Hey, Doug, can you please get a link to the StreamYard video that I made? So obviously the best light out there is going to be the sun. Not the direct sunlight because that's going to be really harsh, but diffused sunlight. Sunlight coming indoor or under a cloud or under the shade, and the sun is free. That's going to be the best. But if you want to get artificial lighting, Doug, this gentleman right here, is going to drop a link to a video to the lighting setup that I've got right now. I'm using 3 lights right now, and Doug's going to drop a link into the chat right now that's going to break down all 3 lights that I use. The lights that I'm using are very particular because I'm traveling. These are travel-sized lights. They fit in carry-on luggage. They're not too expensive, so just keep a lookout for Doug's link here, and that explains my lighting. I do a full breakdown on that. Lighting for dark-skinned persons is different to look good. Yeah, absolutely. If you've got dark skin, you're going to have some other things that you're going to have to deal with, but the general principle of lighting yourself is still going to be the same in terms of you're going to want a key light. Right, you're going to want a key light. The key light is going to be your main light. And I don't have to have these other lights behind me. Let me just kind of break this down here really quick. So if you can see on this, where's it at? Yeah, this shoulder right here. Like this is, like if I'm not even pointing this out, you wouldn't even notice it. You see on this shoulder, I've got a little bit of a light hitting this right here, okay? That's just a little, first let me turn this off. So I just turned this off. Okay. Whoopsie. Turn it back on. Right? It's adding just a little bit of light, a little bit of fill light here on the side. That light is this. And this is going to be in the video that Doug is going to drop. I talk about this light. It's just a little LCD light. It's over here on the corner on a stand. And then the light behind me is just a little aperture RGB light. There's lots of companies making these RGB lights. It's just on a little tripod behind me. It's up at about in the middle of my back, just shining up here on the backdrop. So I've got one of these and one of these for my side and my back. And then I've got a key light that's about 1 foot by 1 foot. It's a tiny little thing. But yes, if you have darker skin, you're definitely going to have some other things to deal with, but the principles are going to be the same. All right, here. The StreamYard tutorial helped me out a lot. Exactly what I needed for live videos. Happy to help. There it is. So Doug just dropped this in here. If you're wondering how to light yourself on a budget, this is a great way to do it. I love my Aperture RGBs so much. Yeah, they're fantastic. I seriously have one of those Aperture lights, but never thought about using it for my light. Wow. Yeah, so the little ones are fantastic for backgrounds, right? I'm just shining it there in the background. And then this one's also an Aperture. I believe this is called the F7. I break this down in the video that Doug just linked to. This is the F7. It's got daylight, which is a daylight color, and it's got like a tungsten color, which is more yellow. And that's what you're seeing here on the side. I just needed something cheap to travel with. You know, if you've got darker skin, you're probably going to need some more light. You'll have to, or experiment with your camera. You know, experiment with the ISO in your camera. You have to experiment with that. I ordered the Yolanzi RGB light. It never made it here. Got delivered somewhere in New South Wales. Oh, that's funny. Cheers from Sydney. Have a good one, man. All right, what do we got here? Somebody says, Prism for profit. I've been following him since before he got big. He's a sweetie. I love it. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. Go to the next question here. Colin Michaels in the house, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? Nice to see you in here, my dude. Next question is... Where'd it go? There it is. Sunshine tomorrow. Question is, do you have any initial thoughts on the best setup to stream a 24/7 VPN to guarantee 99.9% uptime? I want to have one of those binaural sounds on a loop. Cheers. P.S. Thailand is opening up more, including zero quarantine. Yeah, I heard that. So they're opening up to 46 countries, but Mexico is not on one of those country lists, or is not on the country list. And in order for us to go through the U.S., we have to spend 21 days in the U.S. which we may do, but that's a long time for us to stay in the U.S. because that's going to be downtime for me working. Milas Construction, how you doing? Yeah, so we'll see. Okay, so in terms of 24/7, here's what I'd recommend you do, because the name of the company, I'm drawing a blank on it right now. Ask the same question to Nick on his next live stream, because he actually set one of those up to stream 24/7. And there's a name of the company that he recommends, and for the life of me, I'm drawing a blank. If it comes to me as I'm speaking, I'll burst out and I'll tell you what it is. But there's a company that he had. I think he tried 2 companies. One was a disaster. One was actually really good. For the life of me, I can't think of the name of the other one. If I think of it, I'll let you know what it is. Next question comes from Ali TV, who says, "I've been doing YouTube for years and I love it, but I can't seem to get 1,000 subscribers or views. What's your thoughts?" Thoughts are, I'm going to drink some of my green smoothie. And then I'm going to look at your channel, see what you're doing here in your channel. What are you doing? All right, Ollie, we're going to pull your channel up here. Fantastic. Yeah, ask Nick that one. He can give you very detailed information because he set that up last year, I believe. I just can't think of the name of it. Let me see here. Ollie TV. Okay, so everyone in the audience, let's kind of go through here. So Ollie TV at Queen Ollie 1, vlogs, challenges, how-to, fashion, and technologies. Okay, so we're going to do a community breakdown here of the channel. So if you've been doing this for years, let's see how long you've been doing this. Hold on. So you've been doing, I'm going to sort by oldest. Oops, wrong one. Oldest, you've been doing this for 3 years. Okay, so you've been going for 3 years and you're struggling. So let's talk about the channel art. So I'm asking here for everybody in the community right now. Let's start giving some feedback let's start giving some feedback here on the channel art itself. I'm going to let some chats come through here that I'm going to start highlighting them and talking about what I think. Too broad on the niche, way too broad. Yep, I would agree with that. The department store of niches. This is a great point, Joe. The channel art's going to get cut off on mobile. That's interesting. It looks spammy. Back from Burnout. By the way, I love your channel name. That's good. It does kind of have that possible spam vibe to it. Hannah So Lit says the channel art is too wordy. Agree with that. Very busy, Tracy says. So you see here right out of the gate, we're getting a consensus that there's too much going on here with your channel art and there's not enough focus. Okay. And I agree with that, right? Vlogs, challenges, how-to, fashion, and technology. You've got a YouTube icon. You've got an Instagram icon. You've got a subscribe button. You've got pictures up here. You've got all of this stuff. So here's what I recommend. And by the way, this isn't going to be the thing that, it's like, oh, I changed my channel art and I've got viral videos now. That's not how it works. But you have to look at YouTube as a total package. And that package starts with clarity, right? You need to have clarity when it comes to your channel. So I would think about, of all of the things that you say that's happening on your channel, which of those things are the most important to you? And out of those things that are the most important to you, which of those things do people respond the best to? Because you're not going to be able to do all of these things and grow a channel at a good speed. That's just not going to happen. Is there anything you don't cover? Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. That covers everything here. So let me just look down and see what you're doing here. So let me see what's actually working. So if I go back over to your videos, go to most popular, I'm just going to look through your content here. Jada Kingdom and Pompete, Carnival, night, morning, college routine, morning routine, Carnival, KFC, night routine, Jamaica graduation, Spice birthday. So you've got all of this different types of content on here. So you're doing lifestyle, you're doing vlogs. I don't see anything on here tech related. So the first thing I would do, and I don't see anything really on here fashion related. Carnival, no, it's not really fashion. Doesn't look like you're doing too much fashion here either. You're doing a little bit. Well, yeah, I mean, challenges. I mean, challenges aren't going to get you anywhere. Yeah, I don't see anything tech. Let's just say, okay, how to in fashion, but how to what? So I'm going to get rid of how to on this one. So if you are doing vlogs, what are you vlogging about? What are your vlogs about? You're in Jamaica, right? You're in Jamaica, I think, if I understood this correctly. If you're in Jamaica, so you're making vlogs about Jamaica. Are you making fashion vlogs about Jamaica? Are you doing, you know, a day in the life of a Jamaican queen, right? Like, what is it that you're doing? You need to be able to identify what your fashion is about and what your vlogs are about. Now, graphically here, get rid of the subscribe buttons. They know they're on YouTube, right? They know they need to subscribe. You don't need to put that here. Get rid of the YouTube icon. They know they're on YouTube. You don't need that. My next question to you would be, are you trying to grow your Instagram account or are you trying to grow your YouTube channel? Right? At your stage right now, I would say focus everything on YouTube. Get that out of your channel art too. Also, this little subscribe peeking out down here, get rid of that too. Right? You're putting all this stuff in your channel art. That's just, it makes your eyes go everywhere and it's confusing people. What I would love to see, I would love to see just a couple of pictures of yourself, you know, just a couple pictures of yourself. And then maybe that your, you know, Jamaican map there. And then maybe one little value proposition, one little sentence on here that tells people what your channel is about. Lifestyle and fashion vlog from Jamaica. Something like that, right? Something like that. And just be very focused about that. So that's the first thing. Step one, focus on your channel art. By having that focus then in your channel art, you know, fashion and lifestyle vlogs from Jamaica. Okay, you got rid of how to, you got rid of technology, you got rid of challenges. And now you're just talking about what's going on in Jamaica. You're talking about fashion in Jamaica. You're talking about lifestyle in Jamaica, right? Now you're focusing all of that. And if you're trying to reach people who are outside of Jamaica, you could try putting more, I see you do it here in a couple of videos. Jamaica working from home as a customer. I'm not sure what that is. Jamaica Carnival. That's okay. That's good. Christmas shopping in a Spanish town, Jamaica. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad, but here's the thing. Think about this from a viewer's perspective, right? Christmas shopping in Spanish town, Jamaica. From a viewer's perspective, you have to be able to tell me through your title or through your thumbnail why I should care about Christmas shopping in Spanish town, Jamaica. Why would I care about that? And that's your job as a creator, is to be able to design thumbnails and come up with a title that should show me and say it through words in your title in a way that makes me care about that video enough that I want to click on it. Because shopping, you know, Christmas shopping in Spanish town, Jamaica, I don't care about that. That means nothing to me. Right? What could you say to make me want to care about it? Let's see. But people love your carnival stuff. They love that. Unfortunately, that's seasonal because they're really responding to that. Challenges, they don't really care much about your challenges. Hairstyles, braids. Yeah, so my advice to you would be just exactly that. You know, lifestyle vlogs are tricky. Lifestyle channels, that sort of thing. They're tricky because what you're saying is, look at me. Look at me. Look at what I do here. That's what a lifestyle vlog is. You know, look at me. Look at what I'm doing. Look at what I'm doing. Look at where I'm going. Look at what I'm experiencing. That's what you're saying. But YouTube is about the viewer. So unless you find a way to incorporate the viewer into what you're doing, you're going to have a hard time growing. So what you're going to have to think about is, okay, I'm going to the mall, right? I'm going to this particular mall here in Jamaica. And if all you're saying is watch me go to the mall, nobody cares about that because it's not about them, right? As creators, we have this thing where we want to make it about us, but you're not going to grow Well, unless you're a really good storyteller or you're great at entertaining, you're not going to grow doing that. You have to find a way to twist that to bring the viewer along, right? Instead of watch me go shopping at this mall, what if you make videos highlighting the best malls in Jamaica, right? The most luxurious mall in Jamaica. There's a title. And then you go and you walk them through that mall. You don't go through and you say, watch me shop in the mall. You show them the mall. You show them why it's this luxurious mall. The top 3 shopping malls in Jamaica. So for people who are wanting to learn about Jamaica, because maybe they're coming there, oh, these are the top 3 malls. Do not miss these 3 malls in Jamaica or whatever. Don't miss these 3 restaurants or whatever it is. There's so many different ways you can go about this, but by doing a slight shift with your title so the viewer can be interested instead of, hey, just go watch me do this thing. Because if you just watch me go do this thing isn't working. You've been doing this for a couple of years. It's not working. So you got to learn how to incorporate the viewer, make the video for them, and then you're going to find that things are going to start to happen for you if you start to do that consistently, right? This is great, right? The best street food in Jamaica, right? Your Carnival videos did great. You could have a field day on Carnival videos. You could have top tips for visiting Jamaica during Carnival, right? You could even have some other stuff because it looks like you're doing a couple things on here a little bit saucy, right? So you could do like the sexiest costumes from Jamaican Carnival, women, the sexiest female costumes. You could do for one for men too, whatever. Like start selling what it is that you're making, and you're going to find that things are going to change. Bobsledding in Jamaica. I love it. I love it. Great personality, she says. That's fantastic. Mine is just there. I'm still doing this. It's only been a year. Started my channel. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Use Jamaica flag colors. That's great advice. That's great advice, right? Because if you're trying to sell the point that you're in Jamaica and you're trying to reach people who are maybe coming to Jamaica, hey, this is my country. I'm proud of my country. I want you to come experience my country. Sell it. Sell it. You know, what are people looking for about Jamaica? What do they want to learn about with Jamaica? Put the colors up there. Get the flag up there. If you got all the Jamaican colors and everything, like, sell that stuff. And I knew this was going to come back as soon as we came up here. The top 3 hedonistic resorts of Jamaica. I knew that was going to come back and haunt me from last week. Okay, next question. Oh, Google, it's not loading. Here it is. Next question is Director of Awesome. Hey, man, how's it going? He says, do you recommend a provider that can animate doo-doo ads or scenes in doodads in scenes or OBS, or is that just a cheesy distraction? I'm starting to think it's cheesy since I'm not a gamer. I know I should shut up and go live. You should shut up and go live. You should shut up and go live. Look, it's cool if you want to put like a little subscribe button or you want to put your name up there or something like that. That's cool. You can just put static stuff up there for now. You just need to go live. You keep coming back looking for reasons not to go live, right? You're trying to put these little hurdles in front of you. Just go live. Go live. Go live. Look, I'm not putting any fancy stuff up on this. I'm using StreamYard. I'm just sitting here clicking on stuff as they come up. And that's it, right? There's no fancy graphics. There's nothing at all going on here. I'm just going live. Going live and connecting with your audience, connecting with the community is a million times more important than any little shiny, flashy doodad that you're going to put on the screen. Doodads, you got it. Hedonism is back, baby. Let's go. Shut up and go live. You got it. There you go. Let's watch the hedonism. Is there a hedonism video? Does she have one? Okay, good Lord. Here we go. All right, here we go. And this is how I lost my channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is how I got demonetized. Let's see. What does she have here? Where's the hedonism video? Where's it at? Light time. Where are you at? Mini shower, spicy birthday bash. That seems spicy. Spice birthday bash. Where's it at? I don't see it. Birthday prep. Where's it at? Where's it at? Life as an assistant teacher. That's interesting. Calling random Jamaican mothers and girlfriends. Hairstyles. Are you guys punking me? I don't see it on here. Jamaican corned beef. You guys are punking me. It's not on here. Nice try. You guys got me. I was looking. I was going to watch it. I was totally going to watch it. I was going to risk losing my channel monetization to watch that. I was looking hard. Yeah, man. You had me at hedonism. Sex wax. As seen on hedonism. Channel suddenly disappears. Zap, it's gone. Yes. Okay. The next question comes from Vibes Queen. Is there any suggestions to getting some good views? Yeah, we've been talking about that this entire time, right? Suggestions on getting good views. Here, let me see what you're doing here on your channel. So it looks like you are doing. Oops, stop sharing. It looks like you are doing lottery ticket. Yeah, I'm going to share you too. Spicy shower. Yep. Vibes Queen. Okay. So it looks like you're doing lottery tickets and that sort of thing. Okay. Huge man, struggle lighting culture, lottery tickets. You got shorts, racism not here. What's your comment? Okay. So the first thing I'm going to recommend here is the fact that you are doing Florida lottery. Oops, where's my pen? There it is. The fact that you're doing Florida lottery is way more important than your name, Vibes Queen, in that, right? So my advice to you to getting more views is to focus 100% on the viewer. Your name, Vibes Queen, doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything to the viewer. Your logo doesn't mean anything over here. So focus on Florida lottery, but what about Florida lottery? What about Florida lottery? What are you doing specifically? What are you doing with the Florida lottery? Do you spend X amount of dollars per week on Florida lottery? What type of rub-offs are you doing? Be very specific and tell people what you're doing there in the Florida lottery. And Vibes Queen, your name should be the smallest thing on here because that doesn't mean anything to the viewer who doesn't know you yet. And then any video that you have, you're on the right track here. But you also have to understand that you're live streaming. And live streaming for most people, it doesn't have a lot of replay value. So if you're actually making recorded videos, for example, you're doing a short, right? And a shorts are easier to get views, right? I won every prize on this lottery ticket. That's a very compelling title. That's huge. And you've got almost 600 views for it. You almost got 600 views on it because you nailed a very compelling title. And yeah, it is a short. But live streaming all of your videos, while as your channel gets bigger, people might be into that, but the replay value at this particular stage is going to be tougher for you. So I would say keep making shorts, keep doing your live streams. Anything that doesn't have to do about lottery tickets, like your racism, don't do it. Right? Your channel's not about racism or even telling people it's not welcome. Your channel's about Florida lottery. Florida lottery rub-off tickets or whatever it is that you want to get when you're writing about in your description there for your value proposition. Evidence that Ted is not a good person, that has nothing to do with Florida lottery. Where y'all at? Nothing to do with Florida lottery. Virtual party, are you looking at me? Nothing to do with sorry to the queens of support. Right? So what you want to do, old queens, I would go through and I would unlist anything that if it doesn't have to do with the Florida lottery, unlist it. You want to streamline your channel. You want to make it aerodynamic. So when somebody lands on your channel and they're interested in Florida lottery or Florida lottery rub-off tickets or whatever it is you want to put in your value proposition, every single video is something that they're going to be interested in. So that's what I've got for you. Komisha Monica's show. Yeah, I've turned it off. However, I will be taking some questions out of the chat right now. What I usually do is I go for a certain amount of time here with the actual form itself, and then I do like a rapid fire Q&A out of the question. So if you want to ask a question, just simply drop a Q in front of it like that. It's going to help me identify that it's a question from you. I'm just going to do rapid fire, first come, first serve. I'll just tackle a couple of these here. So go ahead and get that going. Rock climbing grandma, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. Heard we were watching hedonism videos and jumped on to see what we were doing. Is that place even still open? Is that still open? I don't even know if it is. We should do that. We're gonna schedule a Nimmin trip to Jamaica. About to get weird, ladies and gentlemen. Question: favorite green smoothie recipe? I like to keep it simple: almond milk, banana. Let's see, almond milk, banana, spinach, avocado, and maybe some little bit of shredded coconut or coconut milk mixed into it. Miss you too. Hope you're doing well. Pixel P, I changed my name. Was Mia Diva. Oh, I wouldn't even recognize you, Mia Diva. Nice to see you in here. Okay, question. Do shorts actually help your channel grow? Yes and no. So what we're finding is some channels are very successful at turning shorts views into subscribers and building a channel. Some channels are doing very well with that. However, there's a lot of channels that are tremendously struggling at turning those views into subscribers. So I would say it can be helpful, but it's difficult. So if you're just randomly uploading shorts, you're attracting a random audience who may not be interested in what you're doing. But if you're uploading shorts that are very specific and very strategic and are in a very particular niche, and every short is that way, I think you increase the likelihood of actually turning those views into subscribers. Let's see. Question: would you consider moving to Australia? I would have to think things through there. I'm not against it. I thought Melbourne was one of the most beautiful cities. Like the downtown area of Melbourne was just fantastic. The visas would be the problem in Australia. Beautiful country. I think it'd be fantastic, but visas are a real problem to stay in Australia long term. Hello to you, sir, in India. Hope you're doing well. Yep, well, I'm not stuck in Mexico. Oh, man. Well, now I have to start drinking green smoothies and hitting the gym. There you go. There you go. Yes. Let's see here. Pixelpia. Is Pixelpia there? Pixelpia, I thought you were just heading out. Glad to see you back. I think Queensland. Yeah, I don't know how to stay in Australia long term with your visas. I don't think, unless maybe you're married to a local or you're working there or something like that. Sweetie's Cat World says I gained 33 subscribers in my last short. See, that's fantastic. So if you're doing everything about a cat or cats or whatever, I think that's a great way to actually turn those viewers into subscribers, because it's like, oh, it's a whole channel full of cat shorts or cat videos. I'm on board for that. I'm here for the cat videos. Question: I was wondering what you think about music news channel about entertainment in Las Vegas, talent shows, artists, and music events, hot gossip too. And this is what I'm trying to do. Okay, that's a great question. So I would think of it this way. Reverse engineer that and say if someone was interested in attending a talent show or music event in Vegas, the Blue Man Group or whoever they're going to see, what all would they be interested in? Would they be interested in gossip? The answer is probably no, right? I might be wrong, but if I'm interested in going to Vegas because I want to learn all about the shows, specifically the musical shows, I don't care about the gossip, right? So I would just, whatever question you have about should I make this sort of content or that sort of content, ask yourself this. Who am I making the videos for? Am I making the videos for people, for locals who live in Vegas? Or am I making, which doesn't make that much sense because they probably know, or am I making videos for people who want to travel to Vegas? If you want to make videos for people who want to travel to Vegas, you are now making a YouTube channel that is a resource. It is now a travel resource for people who want to visit Las Vegas. And in doing so, your titles, your thumbnails, the topics that you choose should all be selected in a way that answers specific questions that viewers may have. So you can go to YouTube, you can go to the search bar at the top, you can start typing in the names of some of the shows in Vegas, and it's going to give you a drop down, right? All these queries. People are searching for those things. Those are titles that you can use to make videos, right? So then to go back to your question, hot gossip. Does someone who doesn't live in Vegas, do they care about hot gossip if they're only there to learn about information about the best shows or how to go to the shows or how to get discounted tickets to the shows, right? That's what you focus on if you're trying to attract people who live outside of Vegas, who want to learn about Vegas, coming to Vegas. We'll have you in Adelaide. You can join the Studio Live team so we can sponsor your visa. Yeah, it might come to that. It might come to that. So does Australia have like a, is there a path to residency there? Like if you're on a work permit where it's like, okay, well, I worked in Australia for 5 years. Now I want to apply for some sort of a temporary residency or permanent residency. Is that an option? SEQ would be perfect. Be the YouTube educator. Yeah, just keep me away from Justin Brown. That's all, because we're trouble when we get together. Travel to Vegas. Okay, so if you're targeting people traveling to Vegas, just reverse engineer everything. Give me the name of a popular show in Vegas that you would talk about. All right, well, or we can just use the Blue Man Group as an example. So give me a second here. Even though that might not be relevant to what you're doing, but let's just see what's out there, because I honestly don't know. So let me make sure I'm shared. Let me go down to the corner. So I'm just going to type in Blue Man Group. Okay. Blue Man Group tickets, pipe crumb, Blue Man Group Vegas. Let's see here. Blue Man Group Vegas 21, YouTube, Luxor reviews. So you could review the shows. You could talk about the shows, give your opinion. Luxor Vegas tickets. Okay, let's see. Behind the scenes, nope. Luxor Hotel, Blue Man Group in Las Vegas. So this is all, well, what a thumbnail. Look at this thumbnail. That's fantastic. Look at that. Tiny desk. Okay, so this is more just about like what they're doing in videos of them. So let's try this. How to get Vegas show tickets. And you're going to have to spend some time here researching, right? Okay, this is a perfect example. Look at this top video right here for me. 11,000 views. How to get discount tickets to shows in Las Vegas. Right? How to get cheap tickets to Las Vegas shows. This is good. 15. See, now this is the difference between search traffic and compelling traffic, or compelling, a search optimized title versus a very compelling title. All right, this is a great example. How to get discount tickets to shows in Las Vegas. That's something that you would optimize for search traffic. Okay. Now look at this one. 15 most common Las Vegas tourist mistakes and how to avoid them. Holy cow. Almost 400,000 views on that one, right? 11,000 views on that one. I mean, both of these could be winners long term, but that's a pretty stark example, of the two different options to go there. And this thumbnail is fantastic. Look at this, right? Everything about this just screams compelling, right? So this is what you do. You figure out the direction you want to go in, and you just start doing some research. Look at this. 10 tips and mistakes, Las Vegas travel guide 2020, 1 million views. 10 mistakes to avoid in Las Vegas. So you can use that strategy and wrap it around the shows. Talk about shows that are disappointing, shows that are scams. Avoid these scams when buying tickets in Las Vegas, so on and so forth. There's so many different directions you can go with this, but just think about everything from a viewer's perspective. What does the viewer want to learn about? What information does the viewer need? Then you make those videos. All right. Yeah, you can keep Justin up north. I can keep D down south. Yeah, me and Justin together, we are just, we're in trouble. I would watch a show that did research for me. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everybody, I mean, that's the beauty of the internet, especially when it comes to traveling. Everybody's looking for, like, if you go to another country, you're looking up things like, well, how do I catch a taxi from an airport? What scams to avoid in Bangladesh? Or how do I catch a taxi in Melbourne, Australia? Does Uber exist? Does Uber exist in Malaysia? I mean, there's all, what are the best foods to eat? Where's the discount buffets in Las Vegas? Like, there's so many different things that people are looking for. You can just provide that information for them. He is. The worst mistakes on rock climbing. Okay, on that note, I want to thank everybody for hanging out today. This was an awesome stream. Everybody asked some amazing questions. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you to the new channel members. I do appreciate you. I will be back same time, same place next Sunday. And for those of you who did join as a channel member, we will be doing the channel membership an hour before this one, which is 6 p.m. at Mexico City time. I'll see you there. For everybody else, if you haven't given this a thumbs up already, go ahead and give this a thumbs up. Lets me know you're enjoying the show. Lets me know you're learning something or just having a good time. And if you're not enjoying yourself, give it a thumbs down. That works too. I can take it. All right. Have a great week, everybody. I will see you later. Cheers.